Okay, today's video is more of an informative video. I'm not one of those guys that like to try to hold out top secret information or anything like that, or any crazy nonsense. I'm more than willing to help any CBer out there because I enjoy talking myself just like the next guy. Yeah, I might be a technician and I might work on a lot of stuff, but when it all comes down to it, I'm a hobbyist at heart. That's what this is all about. I love to talk. I do as much as I possibly can. But this is what we're going to work with today. I'm going to show you this video on this new way of doing some hi-fi. My buddy Kilowatt down south hooked me up with this deal. Long story short, Kilowatt works up in my area during the week for the electric company, and he goes home on the weekend. So, you know, he kind of likes to hang out with me over at the shop, and I like the old guy. He seems to be a pretty cool fella. But he hooked me up with this deal, and he's a musician, so he's the one that really found out about this thing. And basically what I'm doing is, when you hear me out there here in the last probably 2 or 3 weeks, I've been telling everybody I'm working iPad audio, okay? And that's what I've been telling the guys. I've been working iPad audio, and it's true. I'm using an iPad, which this is my iPad right here. It's on top of my 29. And basically there's this program out there that you can get your full rack gear. So I've got my 16-band EQ, I've got stereo delay, stereo chorus, digital reverb, compressor limiter, and then of course your mixer there. And there's other stuff that you can add to this. I mean, if I go in here to the options, you can, if you look here, you can add effects to the rack. If you go right there, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's not checked in there. Now, some of this is for musical instruments like auto wah, but you can add some distortion in there, which is kind of okay for broadcast. I haven't experimented with that yet myself. Tremolo, I'm not sure. I think that has something to do with musical instruments too, because I did check that one day and it made me sound like some poop. But you have other stuff. You have phasers and you know, just a whole bunch of stuff, and I haven't added all that in. Now that's just adding effects into it for more rack gear. You can also add in basically you can add equipment to your rack also. So which is cool about this is you can add what is that, metronome or something? I can't even pronounce it right. And then you got a 4-track recorder which can record your voice. It doesn't really record over the air, I don't think, or at least I haven't figured out how to adapt that yet. And then you got media player. And media player is pretty cool because say if you have a sound effect or something that you want to broadcast over the air, that will play that sound effect for you. Of course, you do have to dial everything in so it's not too blistering loud over the air, but it will do it. I've already experimented with that also. And the cool thing about this is once you get all your settings done and put in, you can save them as a patch. So like this one here I've got as, it's in Banky 1 and it's called Mud Duck 4. I've probably done about 5 or 6 patches on this, and it's got other options in there you'd have to play with. But the cool thing about this is in order to get this rigged into your CB, it's pretty goddamn simple. I mean, it's amazing. Basically, you buy this deal right here called an iRig, okay? And you can pick these up over at Radio Shack or Best Buy and even get them online. Best Buy, Radio Shack have them for like $39.99. The best price I've seen doing a Google search on it is $24.99, and then most of them want to charge you $6 for shipping. So you'll be around $30 if you decided to order it online. But if you can't wait and you want to go to the store, you can go right to the store. They have them. I even think Walmart might even have this in stock too. But it's called an iRig, okay? And basically you have your on-off, and then it can supply 48 volts for phantom power if you have that style mic. It's got a gain control on the side of it, okay? And basically what you do is, this is my studio mic. It's got a black cloth on it, but this is my studio mic. Plugs in here. Little small patch cord that I got right now, and it plugs into the iBox here. And then basically this black cord goes on up and it plugs into my iPad right there, okay? And then in order for me to get the rest of it into the radio, this is what I had to do. And I made my own cable up, but like my buddy Kilowatt went to Rat Shack, and what he did is he bought a cable already made up, an 1/8" stereo cable, okay? And basically you plug it into the earphone jack on here, and then on the other end, if you follow this cable down, okay, what I did is I modified this mic, and I plug it in right here. But what Kilowatt did is, because his cable was much thinner than the cable I used in here, he actually adapted his right in the mic cord, okay? And basically what he did is he took the audio pin wire off, and he wired in the iRig adapter cable right to that. Now, I didn't want to, because I switch around so many radios that I needed a different way to do it. And basically what I did is I just put in the base of this a 1/4 inch plug, and the wires just tap right around to this cable here. So if I don't want to use this, all I got to do is unplug it. Okay, and then I can use this on my other HiFi setup just to key, and don't have to worry about the iRig, because I run rack gear too. So basically that's what I got going on. That's the way it's all done. Very, very simple, not hard to do. Just take the cabling, clip the end on it. You got a shield and your microphone, and you just either you could do like I did, make you a little adapter up, or you can just do it right on the cable itself. Okay, now with all that said and done, everybody's wondering, okay, well, Stick, I see you got it in here, you got it on a 29. Well, I've tried this with 10 different radios so far, and every radio has really, really made this thing sound great. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This is pretty much a stock 29. This is what I run with my motor mouth mall modulator, which is another video that I'm going to produce. I'm going to produce a video basically on different ways to go HiFi. The most economical way so far that I found is probably this deal right here. Okay, the reason being is you can pick up this box right here, okay, for $39 at your local Best Buy or Radio Shack. Okay, if you already own an iPad, that's great. If you don't own an iPad, Walmart has them all day long for $2.99 for 16 gig Wi-Fi. That's all you need for $2.99. But it's great if you own one already. The second deal is I bought this mic right here, which is pretty much the same mic I'm running. It's a Samsung mic. I bought it right over at Best Buy. It's been about 2 years now that I bought that mic. Let me see if I can find the box. Here's the box. Okay, it's a Samsung professional mic. We paid like 35 bucks for this mic. Okay, and I've used this mic on the air with this setup. Works really good. I'm presently right now using the SM58, which is what it's up there now, and I bought that off of eBay for 25 bucks. So still, at 40 bucks, the program, you can use the free version. They have a free version, but it doesn't give you all the rack. It only gives you a few things. It gives you the mixer, I believe it gives you the digital reverb and stereo chorus, and that's all it really gives you. Then it gives you that metronome stuff, which you can't use for this. So it gives you 3 pieces to play with. But the program itself is like $19 on the App Store, I believe, 19 or 20, okay, which is not bad at all. So, you figure, let's just round it off to 20. We'll say 40 for the iRig. You're 60 into that. The patch cable's probably going to cost you, say, maybe 10 bucks over at Rat Shack, unless you make your own. So, you're into it for, what is that, 70 now. And then you could pick up a freaking Best Buy mic for $35. Okay, so, you're basically into it for $105. Now, if you had to buy the iPad for $299, we'll round that off to $300. Now you're into it for $405. Now, I'll tell you this. I bought all this rack gear. I've got boxes stacked up around it, but I bought all this rack gear, of course, off of eBay. And I got a good deal on everything. I'm not complaining. I might have $500 or $600 into rack gear, maybe a little more. I'm not 100% sure. I'd never really added it up because I bought a piece at a time. But I know for a fact that if I had to go to the store and buy all this stuff, I'm well over $1,000. Okay, along with this studio mic that goes on that system, the boom, everything adds up. Okay, so far this system right over here seems to be the cost effective. Now, the Motor Mouth Mall way is a really great way to go. The thing is you're going to be a grand into that system too. By the time you buy the modulator, you get the computer all set up, you get Pro Tools set up, they all like to use Pro Tools. So by the time you get the power supplies and everything you got to do there, you're possibly going to be into it for about $1,000. Which I have that system too. I'm going to do another demo video on all these different systems. But by far, I found this to be one of the best ones. Now, I've done this a few different ways, and I'm going to tell you the way I like it the best. I like to go through the mic. Let me see, where's my finger? Okay, I like to go through the mic, okay? Now, I've done this iPad app through direct injection. I've done it through the mic. I've done it with the caps mods in radios, and I've done all kinds of crazy stuff. This is a stock radio with no cap